In this video, we're going to review our two-night stay in the Hotel Goldner Hirsch. We'll cover the good, the bad, and the ugly. In addition to taking you into our actual room, we'll talk about its location, the views, the breakfast, the Wi-Fi, the keys, and so much more. So stay tuned to the end because this one's gonna be a doozy. Welcome to Traveling with 904 Style. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida, and I love fashion. First, why did we stay in Rothenburg ob der Tauber? It's a stunning small village famous for its Instagram-worthy photo ops. Because it's so famous, it's crowded with day-tripping tourists from about 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., making it difficult to get good photos. And since we wanted the stunning backdrops for our own little photo shoot, we decided to stay a couple nights to have the town virtually to ourselves in the morning and in the evening. The hotel sits right between the famous Instagram photo spot and the Central Market Square. All are literally steps away. So let's go inside the hotel. You step into a dark space. There's no natural lighting and not many fixtures to brighten it up. Notice the stairs on the right. There's an elevator you can use, but you first have to go up these 4 steps just to get to the elevator. And then once you get off at your floor, you still have to go up another 4 or 5 steps. So if you have challenges with stairs, this is not the place for you. They do have a large lobby seating area. They actually call it their lobby bar, but there isn't a bar in sight. So don't expect to be able to order a cocktail and sit down for a nice drink. There's plenty of places in town where you can order aperitifs. They also have a games room, which is perfect for families. Now, as a couple traveling, we didn't use either of these 2 spaces. So this is room 222. It is a double room, and we specifically booked a room on the back side of the hotel so that we would have quiet. The most noise that we had was a little bit of the church bells, but who doesn't want to listen to church bells? And then this view, this overlooks the park. I mean, you have grapevines growing out here. A lot of people walk in this park. You can hear the birds chirping. I mean, you talk about a fantastic hotel room. And you're only steps away from all the action. The front of the hotel is on all of the action, the tourist streets. You're literally steps away from the big Instagram spot, but you can come back to this room in the evening and rest and relax in peace and quiet. At least that's the hope. We're gonna check it out and give you our review after spending the night. Now, I will say, one of my first impressions when I was opening the windows was, they don't look so great. Now, so I am taking note of that the windows are not looking so good. And the room is quite basic, but this trip we did not go ultra luxurious. Since this is a longer trip, we were looking for quiet and a little bit more mid-price point, but yet someplace that we could be comfortable. So we'll see what the night's sleep is like here. We're gonna spend 2 nights here. Okay, so we have spent 1 night in the Hotel Goldner Hirsch in Rothenburg ob der Tauber. Okay, I can't pronounce these names. I'm going to give up on it. Here's my initial review, and this is probably going to be, let's start with the key. Look at this key. Give me a break. Really? Do I have to have this mammoth thing attached to my keys? I mean, can't stick it in my pocket. It really doesn't fit easily in my purse. I mean, I know you don't want me to lose the keys, but give me a break. This is a lot to walk around with. This is an older building. I mean, you're in Europe. A lot of the buildings here, especially in these smaller towns and villages that we go to, are going to be older. So you don't have the digital smart keys or anything like that. You have the standard good old keys. So that was number 1. Number 2, The Wi-Fi does not work in room 222. The signal is so darn weak that we can't even, it wouldn't even take the password. We tried and tried and tried. We ended up going downstairs, and it works just fine in the main areas of the hotel. We talked to the reception desk about the Wi-Fi not working in our room, and basically there's nothing that they can do. The hotel was recently upgraded. They put new Wi-Fi all over and all throughout the hotel. Wi-Fi, it ain't working. So our choice was to either talk to each other or we did go down to, it was a pretty private lounge area, and that way we could go ahead and at least upload all of our photos and do whatever we wanted to do, stay connected to the outside world at least a little bit. So, I mean, we had to work around for that. That ended up not being too bad. The second thing, we do have a smart TV in the room, but a smart TV is only smart if it's actually connected to the internet. It's not connected to the internet. So here we go again. We've got to talk to each other again while we're on vacation. Yay! That's a little inside joke between my husband and I. So those were the really big negatives for staying here. If you don't care about those things, this hotel is a great deal. I think we spent 150 euros a night on our room. We have a room that looks out on the back private Tauber Valley. It was so quiet. We slept with the windows open, and we were woken by birds chirping this morning. It was unbelievable. I've never been able to do that anytime we've taken a vacation where we stayed in villages or in any kind of cities where you can actually leave your windows open and get a good night's sleep. Oh, I did forget about one other thing that we did not care for. In Europe, it's very common to have, when they say a double bed, it's very common for it to be two single beds, two separate mattresses that are together. And usually they have it set in one single bed frame. Well, not here. Here, during the course of the night when you're, rearranging your position, you're rolling over and all that kind of stuff, we actually ended up with the beds further apart. And if you were rolling over to give your spouse a nice little hug or a nice little good morning peck on the cheek, you ran the risk of falling down the crack in the middle. So that was not the nicest thing. As far as hot water, we had plenty of hot water. The bathroom is huge here. The bathroom's almost bigger than my bathroom at home. I mean, it's big. But we, other than that, I think it was really good. And breakfast here is included. We had it included in the price of our room. We went down for breakfast this morning, and it was good. I mean, usually back in the United States, when you get breakfast included with the room, especially at these kind of price points, the breakfast is going to be one of those little continental type things, or you take the like the waffle thing out and you put it in the toaster. It's really kind of those really cheap breakfasts. Here, the breakfast is much better. You had real scrambled eggs. This one had pork sausage. You could get boiled eggs. They had cheeses and cold cuts and breads and yogurts and jellies and jams. And when I say bread, I am talking freshly baked, real bread. You could get all kinds of cappuccinos, espressos, and anything that your heart desires. They had tons of different kinds of juices. They had egg salad, they had potato salad, they had all these other kinds of salads. I mean, it's a huge breakfast. But again, No breakfast potatoes, no hash browns, no waffles, no pancakes. That ain't happening. This is more of a traditional German breakfast. In fact, I was surprised to see kind of standard American pork sausage on the breakfast rather than their German bratwurst and German sausages that come in the breakfast. So that was a little bit of a surprise this morning, but great breakfast. Goes back to the question of would I come back again? It is older and it shows its age. So you've got older style carpets. You have what looks like some stuff that needs to be painted, wallpaper that's probably still original with the hotel. So there's some different things that it's if you're into quirky and you're into different and you don't mind some of that stuff, it's okay. It's clean. I would look for another hotel, but frankly, the good night's sleep and the peace and quiet is extremely important to me. I'm willing to work around a lot of other things, but that's paramount. So if I can't find something that I feel it's going to give me as good a night of sleep as I had here, then no, I won't stay somewhere else. I would come back to here, but it's got a couple issues to overcome. So if you're in room 222, you're not going to get any Wi-Fi and your smartphone's not connected to the internet. And you're going to have a bed that creeps apart during the middle of the night. Oh, and the keys. Don't forget the mammoth keys.